This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. Frank, you've competed here on so many occasions. What's the magic of the old course?
Just the history, the fact that this golf course has evolved. We still really don't even know the original designer of the golf course. I think it just sort of evolved through time. Originally it was 22 holes reduced to 18. The fact that when you look at the scorecard, you play 9 holes out, then you turn around in the loop and come back in. If you even time the tide right, you can play 18 holes with the wind behind your back. But the double greens, there's 7 double greens, and each double green adds up to 18. For example, if you're on the 3rd, it's adjacent to the 15th, the 4th, the 14th. It's a place that just continually grows on you, and then you realize you're playing inside like a museum of the game.
Good contact, good result. Paying attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up? It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second. Locked in on the read and the speed.
You'd like that one again.
He'd settle for par here. Shouldn't be a problem here. Even par early on. Just a couple of feet. In the hole, and that'll bring the score to 1 under. Here we are now at the second. Always so important to try and establish a good round in these opening holes, Frank.
In the second hole, especially with a prevailing breeze and today's modern equipment, the odd player has actually driven this green, but you really see the tone of the golf course. The middle of the golf course is protected. There's a series of bunkers down there, but left is always the safe side of the golf course. Because the best line to play your second shot from on the whole golf course is always the right side, and we see that here at the second.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole. Now the game's #1 player, Rory McIlroy, ready with his approach. Good swing, good shot yet again. Wow, what a shot.
What are the chances of making it from there?
Second shot, good look at the green. Can't hide the flagstick from that man. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Now the train's starting to roll. Birdie to get to 2 under. At the third hole now, Frank, it looks relatively easy, but you know there's some danger lurking somewhere out there on the old course.
There is. There's the pot bunkers down the right side. This is a tee where really you want to have an idea where that wind is coming from. If it's into your face, you might want to be a little cautious and go towards the middle of the golf course. But if it's behind you, well, then it's worth challenging that right side. It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Wait, what a moment this would be. Jordan Spieth, an eagle putt. Frank, this is the kind of start every player wants.
Yeah, swinging it well. Certainly hit the ball in the right place there, and good thing too. He's actually putting well.
So 2 under early on. Frank, the challenge begins to intensify here at the 4th.
Yeah, a bit risky if you try and hit it down the right side. Just about every player I've seen over the years has sort of aired a little bit to the left. That's a safer tee shot, but it does set up a very daunting second.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. I mean, that is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, one of the unique characteristics of the old course is that only the 1st, 9th, 17th, and 18th holes have their own greens.
Yeah, there's 7 double greens out there, and double greens, they all add up to the number 18. So if you're on the 5th, it's adjoined by the 13th, or the 6th is the 12th. As well as there's a whopping 112 bunkers, and believe me, they're all in play.
They each have their own name? All 112?
Pretty much so, yeah. There's a few with, there's the Beardies and the Corps and the Principal's Nose. There's some that do stand out, but none of them are very inviting, that's for sure.
And the Road Hole Bunker, that's one of the most famous in the world. Not very big.
No, it's probably the size of a couple of tables. It's not quite as deep as it was. That bank is a little less severe now than it used to be in years gone by, probably so they can save a bit of sand, because it gets a bit of excavation day in, day out.
Takes care of business. 5 under par. So a tester from 4 feet. Routine stuff for Rory. That's a par. Par 5s, this is where players look to make the move in a major championship. How does this 5th hole par 5 measure up, Frank?
Well, if you can avoid the bunkers, they're actually left and right. But, he is winding this one up. Does he have the power?
Are you kidding me? Come on, you can't hit a ball that hard.
That is crushing it beyond all crushing.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just the lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
And about 1 1/4 left to the hole.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. Now you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it was well on the cards.
Settles in over the putt. That puts them at 4 under for the round. Let's see if Spieth can get the round going, get the crowd going here. This one would do it. It's for eagle. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Now at the 6th, not a particularly long hole, Frank, par 4.
Yeah, semi-blind tee shot. You've got an idea where you want to hit, but there's a series of 3 bunkers. They're called the coffins down the left side, as well as some pop bunkers down the right. So this requires a very accurate tee shot.
Frank, that is how it's done.
Yeah, take a gross of those. That is a lesson in itself.
And now a chance for eagle. Ten-foot putt left. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
This, the second shot here at the par 4. You may have lost track at home, but we're keeping count, and that is 9 under for the day. This will be a birdie if it drops, making it look easy right now. 6 under par with that birdie. Continuing from the oldest championship in the game. It's the Open Championship at the old course at St. Andrews here at the 7th hole now, Frank.
Yeah, you try and hit your tee shot over a little stone there. It's called the March stone. That's a good line for like left of center. And, well, if you can just work it off that, good tee shot, you're only going to have a pitch in here to a green that's set up very high. There's something about a well-hit shot.
I mean, that is a sight to behold. What a spectacular shot we just saw on the par 4 with a drive in 1. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. This shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. No putter, no problem. Slams that into the cup. Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Getting set now over the putt. Sinks the putt for birdie. Standing on the tee at the par 3 8th here at the old course. And Frank, what are we looking at here?
One of the biggest greens on the golf course. It looks flat. It looks like it's easy. But once that flag gets on the left side, this is when the hole becomes a little bit more difficult. It's very easy to take this hole for granted. Very hard to hit it close, though.
That will be a great look at birdie. Right on 145 yards left to the flagstick. This has been a great performance so far, but Frank, a long ways to go. Do you ever worry about complacency?
Yeah, sometimes it just looks like it's too easy. At the moment, the putts are going in, the iron shots are going close enough. But some things, they don't happen by accident. He's got to still keep concentrating right now.
Really has a feel on these greens. That is another birdie. This is impressive. These putts keep the round together. 8 under par for the round. And Frank, the Open Championship coming back to the home of golf this summer.
Yeah, and remember, too, the last time it was here, Louis Oosthuizen at the 9th hole, he had no problem driving this par 4. So let's see if you can do the same. If you can carry that last bunker down there, there's every chance that your tee shot can run onto this very flat green.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Lengthy putt here at 27 feet. Frank, that's not one you're necessarily thinking about making.
No, just a good putt, though. There's no two ways about that. He's putting well.
Tough break. That's a birdie for McIlroy. He's just so explosive. Jordan Spieth can really roll it. His good feel. And let's see what he does with this putt. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie. And what a day it's been. Setting up to start the back nine here. And if it's anywhere near as good as the front nine, Frank Hill will be very happy with his score at the end of the day.
Yeah, the hardest thing right now is to just keep doing the same thing without focusing on the score.
Drivable par 4, not for most in this field, but for this guy, yes, he has just knocked it on. What a shot. Not on the fairway here. This could be a tough shot coming up next. Second shot coming out of the rough here. That's how the best in the world play it, Frank.
Well, I feel a little lucky that it went in, but it was always going to be close.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Frank, what are we looking at here at the famed par 3 11th at the Old Course?
Well, the most difficult, there is only 2 par 3s here at the Old Course, and this one's called high, elevated green, and you've got to fly that bunker that protects the front of the green. That's called the Strath bunker. Really take anything on this green. You make a 2 here, you'll make a move on the field. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way. Well, Mr. Ball does not meet Mr. Fairway. It's off, off, off. Rough.
Drops for a birdie. Is this one for par? 10 under par on the day. Frank, the charm of St. Andrews, the history of the Old Course, it all sort of comes into view here at the 12th, doesn't it?
Yeah, very pretty hole. Eden Estuary to the right. Obviously a nice view of the township of St. Andrews in the distance. But long hitters can just lick their chops and have a crack at this green. All they've got to do is worry about that little pot bunker short. But either into the breeze, or if you're not a long hitter, you've got to worry about those 4 bunkers that are well placed smack bang in the middle of this fairway.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Jordan Spieth now on the approach shot. Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. It's no snack, though.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the cause.
Over the putt. This is Jordan Spieth. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Moving on now to the par 4 13th. Frank, what's the strategy here?
Once again, to avoid those pot bunkers, the first one is called nicks, and then the other two up ahead, once again, they're called the coffins. Somehow you've got to go right or left of those or beyond those. If you can go in the exact right position, which is slightly left center, you will actually have a full view of this green. The left or right of that, then it's a blind second shot.
Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker. Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
This is a good-looking shot. Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. Digs in, ready for the bunker shot.
Yeah, second shot here. Just try and aim a little bit behind that ball, an inch or two.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Can't wait to write those on the card. One below par. Chalk it up. It's a birdie. Frank, what's the strategy here at the 14th?
If you can't go for this par 5 and 2, Rich, there is another option where you can go left. And I mean left of left. That's down the 4th fairway. That's across the Elysian Fields, as they call it, which is a set of some hummocks that run down the middle. And you can find a flat lie there and come across at about a 45-degree angle for your third shot to 14.
Into the thick stuff. That's a difficult lie. That's a bit offline in the rough. He'll need to be strong with this. Just an excellent shot right there, about 5 feet away. Good chance. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. It's Jordan Spieth for eagle. Good putt. This is an eagle putt. And no problems there.
And it keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Back here at the 15th, and Frank, this fairway narrows up in a hurry.
And it's also, there's a big crop of heather that sort of constrains you if you're going to hit it just straight down the middle. Only the brave go down the right side. Brings in those little bunkers called robs. And they'll rob your scorecard, that's for sure.
Wayward from the tee, and this one is headed for the rough, Frank. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Good swing, good shot yet again. I mean, that's how the game is played, right there.
He's just making it look so easy. That birdie coming up, formality.
Let's see what McIlroy does now with his second.
Really. This is an awkward length.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Just a little tap in here. And he has it for birdie. 16th hole is a par 4 here at the old course, Frank, with another one of those sort of funky features.
Yes, a series of 3 bunkers called the Principal's Nose, plus that out of bounds on the right. So really err on the side of caution, avoiding both the out of bounds and the Principal's Nose. Nothing wrong with going a little bit left here, but the further left you go, then it makes that second shot that much harder because you'll have to bring it across that little pot bunker in the front with the wing. That just came out blazing. As soon as it hit the green, it was never going to stop.
Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putter. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Could really use this one. It's for birdie. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for 11. I'm loving that balance.
I mean, that is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
Stroke that with authority. And that's a birdie. Frank, is there a more famous landmark in the sport than the tiny smoking bridge?
I think when you think of this game, the way in which we've followed it and covered it, Rich, over the last decade plus, no. It is just symbolic, not just with this golf course, but the game of golf itself, because every great champion has managed to make his foray across to Scotland and play the old course.
Frank, what's the key? You just hit one OB.
Somehow forget what's just happened. Otherwise, the same thing's liable to happen.
So playing the third shot right now after having gone OB. Now his fourth shot.
If If you hit enough shots, every now and again, one's going to go in.
Crazy, crazy game. And from the fairway for his second shot here. That's well played. Places it about 10 feet out for birdie. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. So they'll tap in. Par for McIlroy, but you're just waiting for that moment when he hits that accelerator and pulls away.